What's up, guys and girls? Thanks for joining today. I'm going to work you through a little mobility. So let's get down on the ground. Now, if your knees are sensitive, you might need to put a little towel underneath your knee to give you a little extra support and padding. So that's just in case you need to put your knee down. So it's always good to have it just in case. But we're going to get into the world's greatest stretch. So one leg is down, that back knee down, front leg, that heel is down. From right here, hands are right underneath the chest and shoulder, right? Your arms, or at least that arm that's closest to the front leg, is on the inside of that thigh. Lift up that back knee if you can. Now, if you can't pick up that knee, keep it down. Not a problem. Either or, up or down. From right here, we're moving that inside arm that's closest to that front leg. Reach behind and outside your hand, your down hand. Rotate up, and then come right back down. So this is a good mobility routine to do before a workout, a walk, a run. It's just pretty much getting your body ready for exercise. Maybe even for the day, a work day, getting started with a work day, for the work day I should say. This would be great to get you going before you go into work. One more time. From right here, drop that back knee, bring up the body. So now you're kneeling, you're tall. Get some weight into that front leg, move it forward a little bit, and sink your body down and forward into that front leg. By the time you get down to the bottom, as far as your body will allow you to go, your knee should be a little bit behind that heel, right on the front knee that is. Should be a little bit behind that heel. So gauge it. If you need to move your foot forward a little bit or bring it in, make the adjustment. From right here, arms are up. If you can, lean back a little. Make sure those hips stay down and forward as you lean back. Now my left leg is forward. Okay, from right here, I'm going to drop my left arm down. My right arm stays up. My left arm, I'm going to reach around to my left. I'm going to twist my body to my left, rotate, and I'm going to reach for my back leg. Now, I'm not going to touch my back leg, but I want to pretend like I can and just reach for it. So I'm twisting and rotating. Nice and easy come out of that. Let's go to the other leg. Hip flexor. That was a stretch we were really hitting. Hip flexor, a little bit of your psoas, little rotation through the spine. So it's a tough move to do. You have to work your way up to that big rotation, that big turn. But it's okay, you'll get there. So we just did that real quick to come out of it, and now go to the other side. World's greatest stretch. Get set up, just like you did on the other side. Hands below the shoulders. Hold it here for a bit. Right, you're loading the heel on that front leg. That arm is inside that front leg. So for me, it's my right arm that's going to start moving. Behind and outside that down hand. Rotate, reach up towards the ceiling. So really reach at the bottom, going behind the wrist and outside the hand. And keep turning. Twisting at the top, going a little bit past perpendicular at the top if you can. And if you can't quite get to perpendicular, no worries. Just keep moving, keep working on it. That's why you're working on the mobility. Do what you can. Don't judge yourself. Work through your range of motion. One more. Okay, drop that back knee, bring the body up. Move that foot forward a little bit if you need to as you sink down and forward. Arms are up. Now from right here, start to lean back. Now remember, keep your body or your hips going down and forward. Keep them down low as you start to lean back. From right here, drop your right hand. Turn and twist to your right, reaching with your right hand towards that back leg. So you're leaning back, you're twisting, getting that big stretch on that left side. Nice and easy. Come out of that. Moving on. All right, go ahead and stand up. Feet are wide. These are tough. We're going to get down, we're going to get low, we're going to try to grab the feet. If you can't grab the feet, grab your shins if you're up here and you're grabbing the knees, and this is where you're starting. It's all dependent on you. The challenge, wherever you're grabbing, is to let go of one hand while holding onto the other, rotate up, and then go to the other side, rotate up. From here, we straighten out the legs. Now, if you're up tall and you were doing that mobility reaching, you can actually straighten out your legs and then from here, come down and work on your hamstrings, right? Work on that flexibility. And for the remainder of us who are holding on to the feet, maybe the shins, you're still trying to hold on as you straighten out your legs. And so we come back down, drop the hips again, feel the weight on your heels, right? Hips are down, chest is up. Force your elbows into your thighs and push out your legs a little bit. So force it out, push out your legs with your arms. And then reach, come down, other arm reach, hold on to the legs, straighten them out, hold it there. Come back down, stay grounded through your heels, right, push out the legs, force them out, release one hand, reach, come down, other arm, reach, come down, straighten out the legs. Stretching the hamstrings, nice and easy, drop the hips down, reach, reach, come down, straighten out your legs. Last one, come down, heels are down, chest is up, push those legs out with your arms, force those legs out to the side. You should really feel the inner hips, inner groin muscles stretching out. Reach, come down, reach, come down. Last one, straighten out your legs. All right, nice and easy. Come out of that. We're going to do 10 squats. So your feet are wide. Now squats are a big time mobility exercise. Feet are wide, shoulder width apart, load the heels as you squat down. Now make sure you're pushing your hips down and back. All right, force your hips out. Get low. All right, make sure your feet are shoulder width apart. Keep your chest up as you try to squat, right? Try not to bend forward and point your chest down to the ground. You want to keep your chest, your shoulders facing forward as you get a good squat. Try to get low, right? Do the best you can. But this is big time mobility in the ankles, hamstrings, your calves, your hips, your glutes. If you have difficulty getting down, it could be some of those areas, not being so flexible in your hamstrings, your ankles. Right? Ankles are a big role player. This is a tough thing to do for your ankles and your feet, to allow you to get this low and keep your feet down and the weight on the heels. That's a lot of mobility in your ankles. So, could be a number of things, but just work on it. Do what you can. I lost count, but that happens. Let's do 2 more. And just work with me. All right, now we're going to go through a flow. So, feet are wide. Not too wide, but wide enough where it's a little bit outside the knees. Your feet are a little bit outside your knees, wider than your knees. From here, you're going to come down to the floor. We're going to walk the hands out. From right here, drop the hips down. And then from here, drive the hips up and back as you bring the head down. Drive the heels down as well. Straighten out those legs. Come back to a plank. Now from here, walk your hands back. Stay low. From right here, easy. Come out of it. Let's start over. Come down. I'm going to give you actually a side view. So we come down. We get low. Walk the hands out. Drop the hips down. Your shoulders are strong. Your arms are straight. Drive the hips down. Now we push the hips up and back. Heels go down. Legs are straight. And you're bringing the head in between the arms. And then we plank. Strong through your core. Walk the hands down and back all the way to a standing position. We're getting a little upper body work, core work in there as well. But the mobility, you're going to feel that in the back. We come down, walk the hands out, hands right below the shoulders. Here's the mobility. You feel it a little bit in the quads, the hips, a little bit in your back. Come up, drive the heels down as you bring the head down in between the arms. Legs are straight, a little low back relief, little shoulder, arm mobility here. Little back relief. Come out into a plank. Here's your core working as we walk the hands back. And come out of it. Let's do that one more time. So we come down, we get low. Get a good squat. Walk the hands out. Drop the hips. Bring the hips back up. Drive the heels down as those hips shift back and the head goes down. Right? Really pressing those palms into the floor, bringing those heels down. Arms are straight. You're pretty much bending that body in half. Planking. Walk the hands out and come out of that. Let's move on. Got to get those arms involved, right? We got some arm work on that. So now mobility. So if you're running, your arms are used quite a bit in your running, believe it or not. This motion of having to run back and forth or arms moving back and forth while you're running, a lot of shoulders and a lot of upper back to do this motion. So believe it or not, your arms need some work before a run as well. Shoulders, really. So it's always good to loosen up everything, not just work on the hips and lower back. Upper body's important too. So we're just crisscrossing in front of our chest, alternating which arm is coming up on top. Right, and just switching arms every time. You'll feel the chest and upper back working. And then from here, just one arm, big circle, old school, kind of a stretch. Very basic in nature, just drawing a very big circle with one arm in one direction, and now reverse that direction, go the other way. Other arm, big circle. Change directions. Big circle. Working on that mobility. Okay, let's get down on our stomachs. We're going to do what's called the scorpion. This is really good for your back. So you're going to lay all the way down on your tummy. Arms are out wide, completely out to the side. Now from here, I'm going to start with my right leg bent. My thighs still down, but my shin is vertical. Now I'm going to lift that entire right leg up, straight up towards the ceiling. From here, go across to the opposite side. So my right leg is now reaching towards my left side. But I'm trying to keep my right shoulder down. Now it doesn't have to stay down, but keep it somewhat close to the floor. Come back. Other leg is bent. Lift it straight up towards the ceiling. Reach over to the opposite side. So now my left leg is going over to my right. Keep that left shoulder down, that opposite shoulder. Come back. Other leg. Right leg bent. Lift straight up and across. Keep the right shoulder down. Back down. Other leg. Bend the knee. Lift. Come across. Keep that opposite shoulder down. Back one more time. Lift the leg, come across. This is just a straight lower back stretch. A little bit of the hips. Back down, other leg. Lift up, go across, opposite side. Keep that opposite shoulder down. Nice and easy, come back. Let's come out of this and get into a quick little child's pose. Drive those hips back. Right? Bending those legs, flat feet, really getting those hips and glutes to sink in towards the heels. Arms are straight, heads down in between the arms. Should feel a nice little low back relief on this. All right, on your back. Lay down all the way. So from here, legs are bent, feet are flat. We're going to get into a bridge. So you want to lift your hips up. Now you want to have your feet kind of wide, maybe the width of your yoga mat, perhaps a little bit wider. And you want to lift up your hips as high as you can. Squeeze the glutes. Now from here, I'm going to start with my left arm. I'm actually going to lift my left shoulder, left arm off the ground, and I'm going to reach over towards my right side. So if you could imagine my yoga mat being extended out another foot or two, I would reach for that right upper corner of the yoga mat. So I'm going to go across, rolling over to my shoulder, and then back down, and I'm keeping my hips up. Now I'm going to roll over to my other shoulder, my left shoulder, and go across. So imagine this corner extended out another foot or so. I would be trying to reach for that corner. Now whatever you want to do with this arm is fine. Come down. It might feel better to bend your arm and then kind of roll onto your arm a little bit too. So remember, your legs are bent, you're in a bridge, and your legs are helping you reach. So go across, over, reach. Come back. So you should feel a really big stretch through the arm that's reaching on that rib cage. So as I reach over with my right arm, you should feel a big stretch underneath that armpit, all along that rib cage. And you're trying to reach as far as you can. Reach, reach, reach. As far as you can, come back. Keep the hips up. So you're getting some glute work, which is great, because then this is going to help support the lower back. So we're getting a little bit of an exercise for the glutes while we stretch and work on the thoracic mobility. Thoracic meaning our torso, our upper body, our rib cage. Reach. Other side, rolling onto that shoulder, using your legs to help you reach. One more time to the other side. Last one, finish it off. And come down, relax. All right, come up. We're gonna work on the figure four. We're stretching in the same way as a figure four, but we're doing the 90-90 stretch. Front leg is bent, back leg bent. Come down. If you can get both elbows on the ground, great. If not, no worries. If you have to be here, that's fine. What you're essentially doing is getting a 90-degree angle on your front leg. That thigh is underneath your body, your chest. Your leg is bent at a 90 behind you. Or it could even be straight. The back leg doesn't even matter. The front leg is what's important. Keep it bent at a 90. Come down. You're trying to get your chest to come down on top of that thigh. And so that's the challenge. So the challenge is getting both elbows down, both forearms down. For this side, because we're stretching the left leg, the right elbow is the challenge to get down. The left one's easy, but the right one can be challenging. You might be up a little. It's okay. More importantly, you should be feeling the stretch in the hip, giving you a little bit of low back relief, hip relief. Come out of that, let's go to the other side. So same thing, 90-90 in that front leg. And then from right here, we're just trying to bring that elbow down. Now this side is harder for me. My right side is more challenging. And I can't quite get as low on my right side as I can on my left. And I know that already, but it's hard. So I try to work on it as much as I can, but it's a challenge. So do what you can, right? You try to work through it. Now, of course, over time, you start to loosen up, and then you're able to gradually get lower. And so remember, the goal is to try to bring that chest right on top of that thigh, which is more of the inner thigh, really. The inner thigh is coming, or the chest is coming right on top, over that inner thigh. And that's it, guys and girls. Real quick, real easy. We're all done. Perfect. You're good. That last one right there, that 90-90 stretch is just great for the hips, especially if you're going to run and walk. Your hips play such an important role in your gait and how your body moves. So your hips will shift up and down as you walk. So it's good to loosen everything up. Get that hip. The hips are the most important thing. So anytime we do walking or running, hips need to be warm and ready because everything comes from the hips. The hips are a powerhouse to our body. The glutes need to be strong. So work on that. Bridges are very important. So that's it. That's all I have for you for this one. Take care, guys. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fit for your life. And I'll catch you next time. All right. Bye.